Hello everybody, happy Sunday, another live day. We are going to do something different. I won't really be drawing today. I'm going to go through all of my old journals and show you all the trackers that I've made since the very beginning. So since like 2016, I have some crazy ones just all throughout here, and I just got done looking through all of them, marking them all. So it shouldn't last an hour today, maybe 30 minutes or so to go through all these and explain them. So that's also the prompt for the week for Journal U52. The hashtag is JY09, and the prompt is to try a tracker you've never tried before. So it could be anything, mood, energy, productivity, maybe an eating tracker, really anything you want. And since it's the beginning of the month, it's a good time to do it. Also the beginning of a week. You could do it for the whole month or for the week or whatever you want to do. So I'm going to go through. I'm actually going to write the trackers down as I go through and show you, just so I can have like a list of different ones to try for you guys. And I'll send that out in the email in the morning. Also, most of the weekly spreads are available in my VIP vault at the website. So if you see a spread you like, they're sorted by the first date of the spread. So say if you like this spread, we will get to actually. This is actually 2016, so it would be labeled 08/22/2016. So that's the name of the weekly. If you see one you like and you want to try it in your own journal, that's how they're all laid out. So anyways, hello everybody. Good to see all you guys back. We are literally under a tornado watch right now. It hasn't even rained today. So I'm hoping the stream is okay. It's like sort of windy, but I don't think it's huge. It's like the whole state of Alabama is getting rain right now, so except for us, which is fine. So anyways, I am going to actually go live on Instagram too, so I'm going to get that set up real quick and then switch over to the journals, and we're going to go over everything here. Let's see. Hey Instagram, I am going to go through all of my old journals literally since 2016, and we're gonna go over all the trackers that I've ever used. So I'm gonna set you up. I'm also live over on YouTube if you want to come check it out and join the conversation. Otherwise, just hang around and say hello. Okay, I think we got it set up for Instagram. And I can see you guys on Instagram. I can see your comments. I have it all set up on the computer, so hopefully this thing will stay put. Let's see. I had it perfect the other day. Here we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I do have them all marked in here. This is the very first journal that I ever had. This was from July of 2016 when I started. It used to say Bullet Everything. That is the website I started with, but now it is Life by Whitney. Here is the very first tracker. Let's see. So this is just a habit tracker for the week. I also have actually the monthly habit tracker, which was the very first, and this is super basic. I listed my habits up here, and then I put the check marks, and I also use color coding here. Let's see. The next is a small little weekly tracker. So I also used habit tracker color coding here. I used the dark green, I think, was very happy, and then the light green was medium. I think I have a key in here somewhere. So this was my very first key. So it's come a long way since then. I also have here on the side, this is my very first weekly layout. This is my food, BLDS, means breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. And then a water tracker. All of these I think were 10 ounces of water. So when I colored it in, that means I had the 10 ounces for the day. And then also I have the wake and sleep times on the side. So let's see. I'm going to write down like the trackers that I'm using. So this is the Okay, so let's see. Of course, I have mood here and energy. Those are like ones I track a lot. I haven't been as good as tracking in 2019, but that's okay. Let's see. We're gonna do vitamins is one thing I tracked here. Instagram, like posting. And so hopefully this gives you some ideas for your own trackers. I did Facebook video here. I don't do that as much, so workout is another one. And then I'm going to put over here food, and then BLDS, and that's breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack here. So there's my running list. Sarah, I want to see your circle tracker. Let's see, what's next? And Catherine, thank you. This is my very first try, but most of the pages aren't pretty. They're mostly just kind of practice things. See a lot of pencil practice and everything, so it's kind of crazy. This is my very first hot mess habit tracker. So I had mood, I had the different color codes for that. Me and my brother used to play pool every day. I would color code it if he won or if I won, and then what game we played, and then a workout, like the different types of workouts I did. So arms, legs, chest, abs, run, and other were different color coded here. So there's a ton of different things I tracked, and if you're starting out with habit tracking, I totally suggest that you just start out with a few. Like this is a ton, and this is when I was just so gung-ho and starting out. So I definitely suggest starting out with a few and don't overwhelm yourself, because it can get overwhelming if you were going to do 1,000 like I did here, which I'm going to show you my other one that I did a blog post about that has a ton also. This was back when I was food blogging and I was just tracking the top blog posts on the food blog. Let's go to the next one. So this is another mood color code tracker. Those are just simply just the full colors for the whole day. And then the sleep tracker. I always got a lot of questions about how I track sleep here. And I would put my wake up time and then my sleep time, and then here is the actual amount of time I would sleep. So the hours and minutes of time I would sleep onto the very end. Also have a meal plan here. Let's see, put sleep over here. But most of the time I would do tracking of meals instead of planning. So, hi Janie, good to see you. Let's see a lot of blank pages too here. I have little cross marks, but nothing ended up on a lot of these pages. This was the first time I did the food, mood, and gratitude, so that's FMG here. And these are food, mood, gratitude. I don't know why I thought about that, but it rhymes, so I was like, okay, that's cool. So the mood is the color code again, but it starts and it changes throughout the day. So I didn't keep a consistent mood all day, so I would kind of change it up just a little bit. And then there is a big tracker with all different kinds of things. So water intake, how much money I spent, wake up, and sleep time, and the best part of my day. And then there's also a weather tracker up here where I did little icons for the weather, and then the highs and the lows for the day. Let's see. I think all my bookmarks have fallen in. Oh, here's one. This is another one with the color code. It changed a lot throughout, so the daily just goes through each day. And I would just do that at the end of the day. I would grab my colors and do that, which I don't do that anymore. I don't do the grabbing the colors every single night, it's a little much. This is another food tracker, so I put breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and snack, and then water in the same square tracker. Let's see. I've lost all my bookmarks. I need to. So Karen asked if I track actual weather or by the forecast, and it was actual weather. So you can always put the forecast, but I always did the actual weather. Here's another one. I actually didn't finish that. It's a little tracker of mood just throughout this month, which obviously didn't finish that one. I think that might be all in this first book. The second book is where I have a lot of different types of trackers. And yeah, see, all this is kind of chicken scratch in the back. It's all just like practice stuff. All right, that's the very first book. We're gonna move on to the second one. And these tabs here were my top 10 layouts based on analytics and downloads. So that's where those are from. I just kept them marked because I did a live draw a long time ago and had them. This one has another different little habit tracker, super simple, but I did color code it, and the color code's actually a flip up kind of key. So it shows the different colors and then what it means for each one. So mood, weight, whether I ate well or not, workout, and then steps. And then I also tracked mood here on the side. So mood, I guess, is on the side, but the other things, weight, eat healthy, workout, and steps are over here. So I'll add steps to the list. And these layouts were, since they were my top 10, I had my group members on Facebook help me name the layouts for when I put them in the shop. So that's what those little notes were. This is one of my favorites, actually. We do have gratitude here, but I grouped all of the different trackers in with the days. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, and then energy, and then water thing here. Also did the mood on the side, so I kind of squeezed everything in, and did the weather here in the middle, and also did the sleep tracker again with wake and sleep time, and then the number of hours slept. So here's another popular layout on the on the blog. This is actually what I like to call a tracker table. So it has it's just like a big table, but it has everything in it. The breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and snack, and water, and then the sleep, and then I also did weather up here. So we're I didn't write weather on my tracker up here. So I used to skip every other page since I would draw every layout on film. Now I don't do that as much, just because it kind of bled through a little bit. So these are some little bar graphs. So this is like an energy graph. I would fill it in, there's the percentages at the bottom, and then I would fill in with the color code at the very end of the week once all the lines were there. Also have the sleep again, mood and weather, a little gratitude tracker, and then a meal tracker. And here's something different. This is a time tracker. So what I did here, and it is time consuming, but it's kind of good to evaluate your time every once in a while. Don't need to do this every single day. But I know I did the gray for sleep, but each hour I would kind of go in and see what I was doing during that time and color code it. I know the green was work, but clearly I don't have a key here. I think it was using my key at the very beginning. But actually I'll have another one and I'll show you with the key and everything. Hi Pooja with Delaney. Hi guys, that's on Instagram. Yeah, and then a weather tracker. So mood and energy also. That was all when I know I used the Stapler Tri Plus fine liners on these. Those are still great pens for any type of journal that I've tried. This was social media, so this was back, and I would track literally every week. I would go in. I had it on an Excel spreadsheet, or a Google sheet is where I was actually tracking it, and then I came back and transferred it here. So I didn't come to my journal every week. I would actually just make a habit of checking it on Sunday and adding everything here. That was way back in 2016, I think, was when I did these. This is something completely different, and I do have a little video on this, and it's something different. This is from 2017 in January, and I just gotten some stencils, and I did a tracker with different shapes. So I call it the shape tracker. This is, so each day I didn't necessarily use all of these shapes, but like if I weighed myself or something that day, I would put the circle on the day and color it in for whatever it meant. And that's from my key at the very beginning again, similar to this thing, and that's just where I got the colors from. So also put some little milestones here, and then I had like the steps is like the heart, and then social media was the star through here. So super different, and I never tried that one again. That's the only time I did that. It's a little much, but I just knew that I wanted to try the new stencils. So this is another one. This is shapes and lines. So same with that stencil, I used it. The circle meant mood, and then the triangle was energy, so I just connect the lines and color coded them. That was actually a really good week, so I color coded them with those same colors. And I always like at the end of the week how these turn out. So this is a mood and energy tracker. Again, this is just using the bar graph, and I kind of had the top at like 100%, the bottom at 0, and at the end of the day I would come in and do that. Then at the end of the week is when I would add the color. So I always add it kind of relatively. So on the best days I would do the dark green, the next best would be the light green, and then so on down to the orange. So let's see. This is another little cool one. Same thing with the mood and energy, water and steps. Didn't write water up here. By the way, if you are here on YouTube, could you please just give a thumbs up if you're here? That's just the nicest possible thing you could do. Just click the little guy that has a thumb up. And if you're on Instagram, give the hearts. I know you guys have the little hearts there. So this is another graph one, but to tell the difference between mood and energy, I did mood with a little upside down V here, and then energy had a flat top. So that's kind of how I could tell the difference. And then later on I would come in again and add the colors there. So another one, this is just a completely different one. Started doing one line about today too. That's a good one, but these are just separate boxes. Again with the stencils. And I use the color code and weather. Here's another one. I do not recommend this. I told you guys about the stencils, but once I started doing a few of these, I was like, wow, that took way too long. So I just recommend going with the grid, but that was kind of what I was doing here. Again with the colors, takes a while. So hence why I don't do that anymore, but it does look cool once you get done. This was a temperature gauge, so a temperature like for the weather outside. This is a scatter tracker is what I'm kind of calling this one. So here I had them grouped by columns, so like Monday here I would track the mood, energy, and sleep with different kinds of icons and then color them once I got done. So mood is the heart, energy the star, and sleep is the circle there. Something kind of fun and kind of cool to look back on. Here's another little line graph here at the bottom, same kind of thing. Mood, circle, and energy is a square. Now this one over here is completely different. I did like 10 different colors here, way too many, but worst was the blue all the way to best is green. And then these numbers are what these little spaces mean. So the first one is mood. So the very first is a pretty good mood. Energy was the second one, so almost to the top. Steps, pretty good. And then eating, like how well I ate, is the last one. And then here is a little sleep tracker, so the amount of hours I got is how I did. Hi, Fernandez on Instagram. Welcome. This is a different type one too. I did the meal tracker, so I wrote down what I ate, and then I had the little gauge, color code gauge down here for how I kind of rated those, what I had. So green was like the best health wise, and then red was the worst. So I kind of, once I got done, color coded them to see how they were. Week's best I do consider a tracker too. Just it's kind of like taking stock or whatever during your weeks or during your months. And this one is a completely different one. This is the big letter weekly spread. And here I did the same thing with the color codes. I did vertical lines. Here we go, vertical lines for energy. So behind each day, I did some vertical lines and some horizontal lines. And those were the mood. So that's kind of how I just kind of wanted to incorporate mood and energy, but I wasn't sure how. So that's how I ended up doing that. It adds a lot of color to the page too. It looks pretty cool. And this is another circle tracker with the mood and energy. I don't even remember how I tracked. I think it was maybe wake time and sleep time. I'm really not sure. I can't tell you. And that's what sucks about like going back, and if you didn't write down what you did, you're like, I don't know what I was doing. Let's see. Here's another one with the ends differently. So mood, I did write down what it was. It's a little arrow, and energy is the blank one, and there's the key down there. Also had the steps tracker on the side of it. So yes, Looney Hiker, I am the same way. That's why I haven't done them as much. But here, I was so committed, like in 2016, 17, coming every day and doing this, but I got just too overwhelmed. Like I was telling you about the time tracker, this is a time tracker that shows what color. So all these from 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. and I just kind of spent or color coded how I spent my time. So I did blog, creating, working, other, sleeping, and personal, how I tracked that. And then I think this was Memorial Day weekend maybe. And then on the sides, around each day, mood is going this way, and like I said up here, and energy is going this way, and I think it was just like throughout the day how I felt. So yes, it's a ton of stuff, so definitely don't recommend doing that unless you have a lot of time, which apparently I did. This is another one, and it shows you, oops, let's go here. So this, I think this one was called the Spiderweb Weekly, this spread. Then I have my key down here, same kind of thing, it's just color tracking, mood, energy, and steps up here. And this, again, same thing, colors again, I was neon this month apparently, mood, energy, and steps, and it just goes in order from top to bottom on each day. And then there's the key down here. You can always do a universal key, but I kind of sometimes didn't have the same pins around, so I would just kind of make the key for the week. Same thing with this one. I know this is the Striped Diamond Weekly. I always like this one. And each day goes just in order from Monday through Sunday. That might be about it for this book. Yep, that's it for this book. This is the one I embossed. I did this, or I have a little Instagram video of me embossing. I was very nervous to try it, but it ended up working. Here is the next. This is my last like term journal. So I got the green this time. Then I switched to Scribble, so I'm going to do this one and one more after it. So this is the same social media tracker, just a ton of, just in the beginning I would try and track everything. I probably should still be, but I'm totally not. This one is a lot different than any other one I've ever done. This is the numbered key down here, so 1, 2 is these 2 on weekdays that I tracked, and then 3, 4, 5. So 1 is feel productive, so if I felt productive on a weekday, I did a green, so that's good. Number 2 is plan for 15 minutes, so yes I planned is green, no I didn't is the red. And then across the bottom are the 3 here, mood, energy, and food, different colors. Very crazy stuff. Another little sleep tracker. I always like how those little bar graphs, or I guess scatter plots, I don't know what that would be. I always like how those turned out, a line graph, I guess. And then here's some other ones. This was like a health tracker with my steps and my energy. Other ones, I used a little raindrop here for the water, and I have the graph on the side. Let's see. This was the first month that I did productivity. This was the bamboo spread, because these look like bamboo. Again, I use these, or I know I use the Tombow twin tone markers. There's the key at the bottom, and then the colors. And this is a super minimal tracker. So this is, I was getting down to 5 different things. So here's some other things to track. No soda, no drink, like an up at a certain time, which is 5 o'clock for me, and then night routine or morning routine are both good ones. Okay, let's see. Next one, another mood, energy, and productivity. I use some dual brush pens here to track those. If I ever don't have a key on one, like this one I don't, I always go back to the last key that I used. So, I don't on here either, there's a small little guy there. But that's how I pick out the colors there. This is another one, same, it's just color coded. Nothing too crazy. Where are you, Betty, where it's snowing all day? We're getting back up into the 70s weather, and I'm loving it. This is what I call the dice tracker. So like if you don't want to pull out your colors on every night, I made this little key. It has 5 different rolls of the dice. So like 1 would be the worst and 5 is the best, and that's how I use the tracker over here. So that's just kind of a fun and simple, easy one if you want to try something like that this week or this month. This is another little line graph. Mood was a square and energy is a circle. A little sleep tracker. But I always like this dice graph or little key, and I don't know why I haven't done that again since. This was one of my most popular layouts. What I did here at the bottom of each box was mood, energy, and productivity. And then I just used 3 colors here. Super, super simple. And then there's also a little graph, just a habit tracker, where I did no soda. I know I was doing the apple cider vinegar, so I actually put numbers here. And Instagram, I guess that's how many times I posted. So I put the number of times here. So instead of just X's and checks, I actually put numbers in there. Health tracker, sleep tracker. Also want to show you, if you don't want to pull out your colors every night, but you do want to track it, what I did was put these little tiny lines. I don't know if you can tell, but there's little lines here that show, like I would use this whole box as like a full 100%. And if it was all the way almost to the top, I would fill that in every night, and so that would be like 95% or whatever. So you can see kind of the middle one here that's like not as good. That's kind of halfway, so that's where I would get the colors from. Same thing with, I guess that's food healthiness is what I was doing here, so same thing there. I would just come back at the end and make a little key and add the color. So here's another one. This is a different type of sleep tracker. So I just started out with what time I got up, what time I went to bed, what time or how many hours. So it tells you down here, this is the key for the whole thing. Wake time, sleep time, and then number is kind of color coded. And then the key for these guys up here, mood, energy, one line about today, and gratitude. So when I was filling it out, I would just kind of look at this to tell what I needed to write up here. This is an Instagram tracker. You can tell it started out really good and then it kind of still is like this, but that's just like a cool little line plot. And again, I looked at my graph that I'd been tracking on that Google Sheet or whatever to make that, find out my milestones and everything. This is another color one. Currently section's always a fun one. Again, I did the little notches here. The black pen came back with the colors. And also here is a sleep tracker where I actually graphed the number of hours of sleep that I got. So something different. And then here's a fun one. This, don't want to do this every day, but it's just kind of a fun exercise to do. This is a whole day, and I did from each hour, so I would kind of track what I did every single hour. I think I have a video on this on YouTube, so of how I filled this out. All right, so that is that for the third one, and we have one more to go. This is my very first scribbles book that I use for my journal. I had a few before that I would mess around with, but this is the first Scribbles That Matter Pro that I had. This is another color code. I just used circles here, and I made the key. Track sleep again here. Let's see. A lot of these were just kind of color coded, so I'm not showing you every single one because they're all basically the same kind of concept. I do have the keys on the pages. This is a kind of fun one though. Same type of thing, but I use the little, each line is mood, energy, and productivity. You can kind of see that here, and then I would rank them with the colors. So there's not too much here. Yeah, big old skip in here. This goes to a travel tracker, so if you take any kind of vacations or anything, if you want to either track your time or track what you did or track your plans before you go, it's kind of cool to map out the day and write down what you did or what you're going to do. So I think that that's about it. My newest journal doesn't really have many trackers in it. I tracked music habits, but that is actually tracked for me. But I don't think there's any trackers in my new ones. I do have the circle tracker, T-tracker. But I think, and then an Instagram tracker, of course, is completely different and unique. But anyways, I think that's it. I'm going to say bye to Instagram and talk to you guys on YouTube. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm going to get this, let's see. So does anybody have any questions before I go? I've got my doodles both in here with me. I know somebody said something about them last time. Got two of them in here with me now. Shit, come here. Come here, say hi. So, let me know if any of you guys have any question. I am going to head out. I know they're usually an hour, but today it was a little bit different. I didn't really draw anything. I will send a email in the morning, just a follow-up email with some ideas for trackers. Make sure to tag with JY09 if you post a new tracker. Post it on Instagram, and I will choose a winner at 5 a.m. on Friday, that's Central Time, and message you guys. And it's $30 to my shop this week. So, and also, Journal U, the actual course, I have closed it because behind the scenes I'm putting all the new stuff in there. So if you do want to sign up for the waiting list, make sure the link is in my caption. So, and this is Shug, so say hi, Shug. He's a big mess now. I need to get his hair cut. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. I hope you got some good ideas for trackers. Until next time, goodbye.